go over some things for 7 Days to Die 1.0 that I've been paying attention to, and I think are big game changers for the game going forward. Let me just pull up my notes here. So, the different dev streams have really helped us out on understanding what some of the major changes is going to be, and I'd like to go over some of the notes that I took over each one. So, in Dev Stream 1, we learned that the starting tutorial is going to be expanded to be more of a roadmap, with smaller objectives rewarding about 100 XP or so for the completion of each one. We're calling them challenges, and they're great for new players. Experienced players are going to get less benefit from them. I'm hoping that maybe for completing challenges, there might be like a better reward though, besides the XP, but we'll see how they continue to change things as things go along. You no longer get 4 free skill points. It used to be that you would do the little basic tutorial and get 4 free points and could start your build right away, but as with many of the other changes that we're going to be seeing, I'm thinking we're slowing the game down a bit. The focus on clothing and many armor slots are going to be changed up. I think you're either going to get basic clothing at the beginning of creation, or you're going to have the same underclothes that everybody has, and now the focus is on armor. There's going to be 4 slots: chest, arms, legs, and feet. Or no, head and feet. And they're going to have additional support, both with new mods to replace things that were there, and they're also going to have new attributes that are going to replace the old stuff that we had. They're also going to be armor set bonuses, so if you have all of one kind, it'll fill up for you, and you'll get that bonus. It might also be tuned to what level you get the stuff at. And sorry, my Discord's blowing up. Let me just fix something real quick. Let's see here. So, as I was saying, basically the different armors are going to get different attribute bonuses when you have all 4, and those are determined by the level or tier of the armor itself. Armor makes a really big difference now. There's going to be 3 different types: light, medium, and heavy. It seems they've even moved the perk trees around a little bit for it, and there's about 16 sets coming by the end of 1.0 getting squared away. Storage boxes are now always labeled and can be upgraded with proper materials to expand the storage. This is really nice and a big change from like the little crappy boxes that you had to wait until you got nails for. The 7th Day Horde Night is getting a bump up in difficulty, lasting till about 4 a.m., and the zombies are going to be a bit harder. A lot of people were complaining that the 7th Day Horde Night was a bit disappointing, because if you hadn't like progressed to a really strong game stage, it's not going to throw a bunch of stuff at you. But this is hopefully going to make Day 7 seem much more intimidating and scary. You're going to be able to craft legendary gear via tier 6 weapon and tools, aka tier 6 weapons and tools with special materials. They didn't exactly go over that, but we did see some like moments where we saw the materials that would be used for that. And I think it requires like 1 legendary part, and then the other stuff is going to be highly there's going to require a great quantity of the other items used to require the creation of that said item. So that kind of moves beyond the first dev stream and into the second dev stream. So the stable target date is July 25th, with unstable coming this month, June 24th. Now that was the target date, but we've just recently got it confirmed that unstable at least is going to be on time. June 24th, you're going to have streamer weekend, and then everybody else will get the game on the 24th. Once again, we saw more instances of the game being slowed down. You're going to see that you're going to have to craft more, and the traders are going to give you less weapons and armor and more parts for weapons and armor and different like side things to help. So the game's going to be shifting more towards looting and crafting, which I think everybody's going to appreciate. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to get a nice reward, but sometimes it's better to just make things yourself, and nothing's worse than like grinding really hard to make something and then you get a reward from a trader, but it's like a whole tier above and you don't need that thing that you made anymore. So far as voice acting goes, Rekt and Jen are going to be the same, but all other traders have new voice actors. But traders will talk about Valor in the game and have more lines in general, and will be talking over their own personal intercoms for closing and opening. So whenever you hear about Trader Joel is now closed and all that stuff, it's going to be different versions for whoever you're standing outside of. There's supposed to be over 1,000 new voice lines, and so since the traders are the only people really in the game that do speak besides yourself, like obviously there's some Foley noises that you make whenever you're grown or what have you, but since the traders are the only ones that speak, I believe that's probably going to be where most of the lines are at. The biomes are going to be going into a more specific sort of thing where each biome will have a specific trader, and the traders are going to be sequential again. They used to be in the past, but we're bringing that back, and the order is a bit different from what it was before. So the forest is going to get Rekt, which unfortunately Rekt is going to be your first introduction to the game. I don't necessarily agree with that. Hopefully they changed his lines up to make him a little bit less of an asshole. Jen is going to be in the burnt forest and will be your next trader. Bob is in the desert and will be the third trader. Hugh is going to be in the snow and is going to be the fourth trader. And Joel is going to be in the wasteland. He'll be the last trader. So you start with Rekt and he introduces you to Jen and so forth. There's going to be new biome layouts where the forest is going to be in the middle and all the other ones are going to be outside on the sides, like spokes of the wheel. But there's also other ways of doing it, like doing it almost like Neapolitan ice cream, where it's like a slice vertically down the middle of each one. And so there's going to be a lot of different options for changing how you want the biomes to look. The random generation has also gotten updates to be more color-coded and more helpful. Yeah. And when it came to the third dev stream, there's a little bit less detail, but I still took some notes. So the game's going to be slowed down even more. We saw the fact that it's going to require 10 completed quests to go to the next tier. A change back to the older alpha style. They changed it to 7, just kind of like speed the game along, but I think that 10... I'm on two sides of it. I think what they're doing to slow the game down is fine, but I'm worried that they're slowing down the game too much. We'll see how that goes. Medium armor replaced light armor in the agility tree. We don't know yet if light got put somewhere else or if it's completely gone from the tree. There's more remnant POIs, and by what I mean by remnant is like POIs that don't have a tier rating. They're just there for filler / like set dressing. And they're going to be making more of those and making them more a part of city generation to make the pull on your PC less hard. Because with these POIs, they don't have a bunch of quests and major loot attached to them and less zombies. They're going to generally be easier for the game to have like in memory and being around than opposed to the quest POIs. So having a sprinkle of like about half and half is going to make the city run a little bit better from what I understand. I'm not too sure how that's going to be implemented, but we'll see how that goes. And lastly, the explosions have new particle effects. And so the problem is currently from what we've seen with the new particles and dismemberment and such like that, large groups of enemies are sometimes causing a bit of lag when they go off. We're not sure if it's going to be fixed in time for the launch, but I assume that it's going to be something that they're going to be working on in the unstable until they get it right. That's about it. That's all I really had time for, but I wanted to give this video out and tell you guys about it, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the 24th or the 25th whenever I make my first video on it. I appreciate y'all so much for watching out my content. If you have any comments or want to know more from what I know personally, feel free to leave a comment and I'll answer them best I can. I'm really looking forward to this 1.0 launch, and I'm hoping to do a whole lot of content with this. So, y'all take care and stay safe out there. Bye bye.